Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today's video is going to be on this piece of petrified coral that I got in Makanda. I cut it in May of 23 and polished it in June, in June of 23. And I didn't date the footage when I put it in there, but I did list it as petrified coral. And it got saved. Yeah, I didn't delete it with all the other stuff. I'm up to last year's videos now. I've got all, and I delete all the other ones when I get finished with them, or once I've uploaded them. All the footage from the recordings and everything but the actual video itself that I uploaded. But anyway, and I didn't show you quite enough on. Stop looking over your glasses. When I was editing the video, I edited it Saturday before I downloaded or uploaded my. There we go. It's got a lot of pits and everything in that quartz, and the cleavage planes on the crystals have got gaps in between and that type of stuff. So it's but I also need to apologize for part of this video. One of my mics was either messing up or it had gone dead on me, and then I took a break. And usually when I take a break, I'll put them in a charger, put them on the charger, the mics, just to make sure that that doesn't happen as often. It still happens every now and again. I still had the camera footage, or the camera audio, so I was able to keep the audio for it, but it's a little loud. I had to turn just a couple of clips up a little more than the rest of them because it was just a little too loud. And I didn't put an outro on there. I just said thanks for watching. So I'll put the outro, I'll kind of add to the outro on the beginning. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. And I'm going to give you a little update on an upcoming video. I bought some dino bone at the Marion Gem and Mineral Show this year, which was yesterday and today. I bought dino bone yesterday. It's a pretty good sized chunk, so I'm going to show a video cutting it. And then I bought 2 pieces of tiger eye, good pieces of tiger eye, good thick pieces that I can make good calves out of, that I don't have to. So this is what the tiger eye that I've got came from National Geographic with my tumbler. I have made a couple of calves out of them. Here's the other piece that I still got left. And these were set out on the top of the boat when the fire happened, so they still got soot on them. And but anyway, and here's the other piece. I've got 2 pieces. And then today, I went back today and I bought a piece of this plume jasper. I think it's plume jasper. I think I had some similar to it. It was more of a kind of a darker brown. I don't think I've got any more of it sitting here. And I'd have to dig out the cabs that I made, so I won't do that. But I kind of like this one. I always carry my flashlight with me. But I kind of like the way this one lets the light through, where the other one that I had didn't. And this has, I don't know if it'll show up or not, but it's got some of the agate that's in there is blue colored anyway. Light blue, not blue, not dark blue. And I didn't mean to show you the price I paid for it. and then I bought that today. I went back today because I had to find out if, because it's a fossil gem and mineral show, I took this, what I thought was a geode when I picked it out of the landscape rock. And I had to take it up to find out because it's got these lines where it looks like it may be fossil of some kind. It's got these ridge lines on it. And I thought it might be a crinoid calyx. And because I'd seen Theo Kellison talking about it, crinoid calyxes, and he'd had one similar to this that he wasn't sure of until he got back home. It was either him or currently rock hounding, Jared at currently rock hounding, one of the two. But he said it is a crinoid fossil, but he's not sure whether it's a calyx or not. He said if it is, they call it an exploded calyx, just because it's fossilized. Now, I'm assuming that it was closed up when it got killed and ended up being fossilized. And I also bought a piece of this. I do not believe I know exactly what this is, and I forgot to ask the guy when I paid him for it. I'm thinking it's wildcat jasper, but I'm not positive, but I thought it'd make a nice cab. It does show a little bit of light through, but not a lot. And it's more where it's thinner. Yeah, you won't be. You can, let me show it this way. You can see a little bit of it along the bottom and the top once in a while, but it's not letting a lot through. I didn't care whether it did or not. That's not why I bought it. But you can see that it kind of comes out from underneath, kind of goes into the rock, because if you hold the flashlight up against it and you can see light around it, it's coming out through the stone, not through the lens. Or I mean, not through the front of the camera, because you've got that blocked off with it sitting on the flat surface. So that shows you that it does soak into the light. Now, some jaspers will do that, but I still am not sure what this is. I looked up wildcat jasper today, and it looked kind of similar, but I only seen like 4 or 5 photos of the yellow wildcat jasper, and there were some that was something else, and some that was wildcat yellow agate or something along those lines. I don't know for sure. But anyway, and I forgot, I did buy another agate that I got to cut too. So there's going to be a cutting video coming up. I'll probably do the bone and this agate in one video, and then this next, the slabs I'll probably do in a different video, just because I'm going to cut them all out, and then it'll probably take 2 or 3 videos to show you me turning them into cabs, grinding them down and polishing them up. And I'm curious to see what this looks like. It does, you can see the light coming out of it, just like the other one, just like that yellow cat. But there's no real windows on here to tell you whether it's, I would say with that light coming out like that, it's going to be a lighter, it's not going to be a dark agate or black agate, because it's letting so much light out, but that could just be the skin too. I don't know, but we'll find out when I cut it. And I'm thinking, I'll probably put it in this way, in the saw this way, and just start cutting off this end. Because I don't really want to cut it lengthwise. I'd only get 2 cabs out of it, maybe 3, and they'd be a little long. But I'll find out when I cut this end off. That's why I'm going to load it into the saw like this, so when I cut this end off, I can see what the agate looks like inside of it. Now, I had I've got an agate. I showed it to you once before. And I bought it down, I may have bought it in Makanda too, but I cut it and it's just white, and it's a cloudy white. So it looks like a piece of quartz basically. I know it's not, but that's what it looks like. You know what, I've looked at those. See that gold in that pocket right there? Gold color flashing back at you. That's either some kind of a mica or, I don't know, it's weird. It's got to be metal. Oh, it's not attached. It may be something, paint or something from somewhere, or something off a saw blade. Kind of neat looking, but it's, yeah, it's all loose. Never mind. So anyway, here's the video. And I bought this piece of petrified coral down in Makanda at the rock shop down there. And I wanted to cut it in half and see if the inside is got either calcium or see if it has any calcimony or quartz in it, crystals or bugs of any kind. It sounded a little hollow when I was tapping it. As you can see here, the ends of the roots or whatever they are, segments. But I wanted to cut it in half, see if I could polish the face, see if there's any fortification or any kind of lines or anything like that in it. So I'm going to do that real quick just to see. I'm going to go with that side down. It does have a pocket in it, and it's all quartz. Let me wipe it down real quick, get some of that dirt off of it. It should look all right. It'll clean up. All that black is from the saw blade. The saw blade was one that went through the fire, so it's got some rust on it. Because I bought it for the high-tech diamond that melted down in the fire. But there's some nice little druzy crystals in there. I don't know if I can get them to polish at or flash at you, but these ones are a little dirty. But this side of it, with the oil soaking on it, it looks pretty good. Like the crystals are in good shape, fairly good sized points compared to the other side. The other side's more of a druzy. It does have some bigger crystals, but not as big as these look. But that may be the oil fooling me too. So. And I'm just going to put this aside for a later date because I just wanted to cut it open while I was doing the cutting on the saw. Okay, today I'm going to work on this petrified piece of coral that I split open. I'm going to polish the two faces. It's not too good looking, doesn't have any agate type stuff in it. It's mostly quartz, but I bought it. And I cut it, and so now I'm going to polish it up and sell it like it is as a specimen, which is what I was planning on doing with it in the first place. It's just not going to bring much, I don't imagine. I'm going to go with the 100 grit, simply because it's got all that quartz, and I don't want it scratching up. Of course, it's probably going to be scratched anyway and have cracks and splits between the crystals and all that, and then you've got the bugs also in here, and some of this stuff on the outside edges will start breaking off and all of that. So okay, let's get her started. It's so dull right now I can't even see the kerf marks from the saw, so this might not take long. It doesn't feel like it's all that unsmooth, but I can feel all the cracks and fissures and fractures in the crystals, so it's hard to tell. I'll have to look at it when it's wet after a little bit on here. You see I got a little bit of a dome right in here. So I wasn't able to clamp this in the saw. It just wouldn't clamp. It's too thin. Now I can see the kerf marks. Hopefully the quartz will help grind down some of the kerf marks too as it's breaking loose. On this first 100 grit, I'm not going to mind too much if I get scratches from the crystal. It'll help take it down quicker, because the 80 grit will take it down quicker, but it'll leave more scratches. And you might not be able to see any of the scratches anyway, because it's such a large crystal that replaced it. All this is larger crystals. It's not macro crystals. It's macro crystals, not micro crystals. So it's going to show every crack in between the crystals, faces, and all that. It's not going to be a mirror finish, in other words. I just want to get it down smooth and where it doesn't look so dull. Hopefully I can do that. Give it a little bit of a shine, make it look like it's wet anyway. As you can see, when it's wet, it looks a little better than it does when it's dry. Yeah, I got the rest of that on the 360 or 320, 270. So let me go ahead and work on this one. Right there. We got a bug opening up right there too. You can probably see the ledge a little bit. The fracture going across there too, I do believe. Or a crystal that busted out of here and scratched that. But it had to come back through again from here. Seems like it might be a little easier to pick up. Ooh, I don't like that. But I don't want to break it off. Fractured all the way across from that nub. But it is kind of still attached. I can probably clean that black stuff out of there once I decide to finally get it put in some vinegar. Shoot, that's almost moved off already. Oh, I got another little angle right there. I don't know where that comes from. That couldn't have come from when I just picked it up. But it kind of slipped a little and one end kind of stayed on the saw for a little bit too long, but that's too much of an angle for that. I don't care if it's a little rounded, I just don't want to see a flat angled edge like that. Plus I need to get the kerf marks out of it too. Kerf marks there. See along here. And that one big deep scratch that goes all the way across here. Like a valley. About 1/16 of an inch deep. But I haven't been working on this one as long as I worked on the other one, so this will probably come out and still take me less time. I got to put that back over there. Keep my grip handle for my water attachment from rattling. It's kind of like the handle on a vise. It's got a loose pin with heads on each end that slide through, so you can slide it from one side to the other in case you can't turn it all the way around. Yep, that bug's gotten bigger now. Oh, it opens up in through here. It's like a tunnel goes in through here. And it's opening up further out this way. Now I hope that big crystal doesn't come out of there, because that's going to really scratch it up, which is, as you can see, I've still got the fairly wide set of kerf marks there from this side of the bug over about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, that's got it. Another tunnel here. You can see by the darkness. This openings that was inside the coral. You'd think they'd be running this way, not this way. I don't know. I don't know what they looked like when they were alive. I don't know if anybody does. They can probably extrapolate from all the different types of replacement minerals that's replaced certain types, because I'm sure it's different wherever it is that it's been fossilized. Okay. Let's go to the 270. Well, that didn't take long. 325. I ended up with a chunk of grit underneath one of these the other day, and this rubber magnet, it had sunk down into it, made a hump on the outside edge of it. I could feel it every time it went over it. Thump, thump, thump. So I've been being careful to make sure I clean off the backs of them and dry them before I put them on. starting to shine already. It's not completely dry, but it's mostly dry. Well, I'm running that sweaty arm over, or not sweaty, it's just wet from the, looked sweaty, felt sweaty. See the water spots from the mist down here close to the saw, or the flat lap. That one's ready for the next one. Well, that was fairly shiny without using this one on it. Not as shiny as that one, but close. Ready for the next one. $1,200. That's enough. Rubber. Still got debris from when they carved that in there or burned it in there, however they did it. It's like a sand. Scratches in there. I didn't see that I had. just have to get those out. They're going this way, so it's from one of the metal discs. I just didn't get them out with the 325. Both. Press a little too hard. I got the scratches out. Oh, that's so much easier than the other one. Didn't have to unscrew, no screw. It's all fixed on the end. It's ready to go to the next one. Now let's get this one on there. Let me look and see if I got any scratches on it before I go any further. The other ones didn't show up till after I smoothed off the edges around them. I've still got some over here where that valley was at, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I've got a few over here, but I'll work on them now. final one. And the excess quartz over there. $3,000 grit. Need a dry towel. Hard to see when it's all dry. That's close enough. There's one side done. Get it face down over there. Get this other side done. There's all kinds of pockets underneath these faces too that allow water to pop back in from the bottom. Okay, I believe that side's done too. Now, when you display it, you leave it sitting on a shelf like this, and when they say, "What is that?" you say, "Well, that's coral, fossilized coral. Open it up." And then when they open it up, they see that it's polished, neat looking. So that's done. It's about time because I'm hot. Starting to sweat now. Open that up again because that's still pretty wet inside. Set it over here on a different table, upside down, so well, right side up, so that it'll dry. Okay, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching.